Hello and welcome to Read Them to Reap. My name is Juliet, and today's healing pull is going to be around fear. So the shadow card that came out was Reclaim the Lost Self, your identity, stand in your power, and soul retrieval. And the first question that was asked was, where's the fear coming from? Or was there an event? What came out was the World card and the King of Wands. This was quite fascinating to me. So what I got from the World card is that the world can represent like a completion of a major cycle. Maybe it's the last step of this journey. And sometimes fear arises here because just the sheer amount of change. Really, I mean, your whole world is about to change. So it would make sense that there would be a lot of fear around that. But also it can represent like apprehension for stepping out into something that where you don't feel secure. It doesn't feel familiar. And it's the completion of something that you got comfortable with. And now there's something brand new coming that it's uncharted territory. It's understandable that there'd be fear here. And then with the King of Wands, I mean, wow, that's like leadership. That's having to take action. And of course, when you have a life-changing, or even what you can say is a catastrophic event, because catastrophe is life-changing. It doesn't mean good or bad. It just means life-changing. So your whole world is about to change, and you're almost as if you're going to be asked to step into a leadership position. That's scary because you're we put ourselves out there. It makes us vulnerable, really, to other people's opinion and judgment, which could result in fear of exposing yourself. This is all completely understandable. So it's like the completion and transition. It's like going into leadership and having to have vision of that leadership. So embrace your power, right? Stand in your identity, which is your authenticity and integrity. Stand in your power and know that you're whole and complete. Take a risk. Take this risk. So with the World and the King of Wands, that this is like a closing of a major chapter. But just know you have the tools. Everything that you've learned up to this point in your life, like you can't go to college and get a degree in that. That is life experience that you have that no one can ever take from you. Okay, so just know that when you're standing in your power, that all these things that have happened in your life up until now, what did you learn? Maybe make a list of what you learned, because that's your power. That's your authenticity. That's who you are. Okay, what holding on to this fear is actually doing to you. Okay, I had to write this one down because, okay, so holding under fear, which is indicated by the Page of Swords, it just keeps you in a state of high alert, anxiety, defensiveness. It just stunts the emotional growth. It's really, Swords is being up in your head. It's the mental state. It's paranoia, over analyzing, intellectualizing. Maybe this is like pure vulnerability right here. And that's kind of what you have to be in and process through. So then what can you do to release the fear? We got the Lovers card and Three of Wands. This I found really fascinating. So the Lovers card in this situation indicates that there is a crucial choice that needs to be made right now, and it requires alignment with your true self. Your true self. Claim your lost self. This is not just necessarily romantic love. This is having a very serious choice to make right now, and release the fear. I would suggest not making that extreme choice or that's required from fear. So process through to release the fear, understand it, know you have everything it takes to make this decision, but please don't make that decision from fear. So step outside your comfort zone, plan for the future, and trust that your ship's about to come in. Your ship's about to come in. So if this is a business venture, do it. If this is some sort of relationship, could be a partnership, could be romance, it doesn't have to be. With the Lover's card, it could be a love relationship, it could be a partnership, it could be you in relationship with yourself. So that's a huge choice to make, and it's saying don't make it from fear. Trust your intuition and stop looking for external approval. Make this decision based on your core values. What will you accept? What will you not accept? And make it from there. And then the 3 of Wands, it's really, you may be feeling like a stuck feeling, but know that your ship will arrive when you're ready for it. But you do have to take the action, right? You do have to take the action here. But I would recommend stop over-pressuring yourself. Really just get into the quiet state and when you're making this decision, because this is a big one, and please don't make it from fear. So the fear of the future is gonna be paralyzing if you stay in that fear. At this time, maybe just to commit to one actionable step. And then really a way that you can release fear-based blocks is to decide to concentrate on one concrete action that you will take in the next 24 hours. In the next 24 hours, what one action are you going to take based on all the experience you have, that you learned, the lessons that you learned, that you have those skills, you have that ability. And then I would say, really, as with life in general, embrace the unknown, because that's kind of, we're in times right now that are unknown for all of us. So that's just where we're at with things that are happening in the world. But also, maybe don't focus on those so much. Go outside, be with nature, and ground yourself. Ground yourself, ground yourself, ground yourself, and stay in this moment. If you get too far into the future, or you start saying, well, but in the past this happened, but in the past this was not good, but in the past, if we can get out of the past, know that the ships will come in when they're meant to, and we do have to take an action step, and I would recommend taking that action step in the next 24 hours, not based on fear, but not being in anxiety. Ground. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for being here with me today. As always and in always, I love you.